Good evening. I hope everybody had a good Sunday. I work today. I swear. In my community, again, I've been born and raised. So that means I've been here for 41 years. It just seems as though there's just not anywhere I can go where I don't run in or see people at afar and a glance from my blast from the past, so uniquely interesting. It's crazy to me too, though, because again, I've lived here for 41 years and never do I remember it being so frequent flyers with my blast from the past. And so ironic it is, because it's just like people from like 15 years ago, right? And then some. And it's really weird. It is so weird. The concept of it. I don't know. Like I told my coworkers today, I said, I don't know. I get everybody's waking up to the fact that we are really in a Truman Show. And I feel like we're all living through a game of The Sims. And it's just like, and it's so unique. It's so unique. It's not my favorite. It's not. That's why I'm just so ready to get out of Dodge and let my wings fly in whatever way God calls them to fly. And just enough with the madness, enough with the antics. It's just crazy. It really is. To live in a community surrounded by bots in different ways, and people that choose to operate in inauthentic ways and choose to operate in lies and not operate in truth, and just own it. Just own it. We all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Especially when you're provided a compelling story. A very compelling story, right? We've all been provided a very compelling story, right? Just look at the compelling stories all parties give us. Just look at the compelling stories the entertainment business gives us. Look at the compelling stories the hierarchy gives us. Look at the compelling stories the religious base gives us. We all are provided compelling stories to make choices and decisions. So why would I hold any type of ill will or hate towards anyone that has taken it upon themselves to go with compelling stories and decide to make me their arch enemy or their muse or their silent Jim Carrey, whatever the case, right? And I feel as though in different ways, we all kind of need to adopt that. You hold people accountable, right? But the way that you hold people accountable at this point in the venture is by your standards, by your boundaries, by your morals, by your values, by your ethics, by your dignity. That's how you hold people accountable. Either you align or you don't align. Either they bring you peace or they taketh your peace. You decide that, and you know it. You know it. You know it. When your peace is getting played with. When your heart's getting dangled. That's the hard part, is when your heart's getting dangled with. And it's like a joke to people in some ways. And it's so weird to me. It really is. That said, my videos, it's like when I put videos out and they're good, you get 0 views. So it's like when I put my good videos out, it's like 0. There was a sign that really bothered me when I pulled into work, a billboard. And it says, there is evidence for God. This is what it says. There's evidence for God. And then there's a baby on the front of it. Okay. It's recent. That's new. It's not always been that. And then it says Romans 1, I think it's 120 or 129. I haven't even looked up the Bible verse. And it is a ministry. I'm not going to put them on blast. Something Christian, something ministry. I don't know. I didn't get the whole thing, but it's just, to me, I think that's unique. It's like, there's evidence for God. What? The evidence of like human trafficking, child trafficking? Like what? What is the evidence? You know? Like, yeah, there is a lot of evidence for God. No doubt. Moving in truth would be one. Moving in truth would be one. Not looking to fill your pockets would be number 2. Not taking advantage of children. Not taking advantage of the system. Right? Not taking advantage of God and what Jesus did on the cross. That would be starters. Not taking advantage of the Bible. Not taking advantage of people's beliefs. How about that? Not taking advantage of people's faith. Not taking advantage of people's kind heart. Not taking advantage of people that work very hard for you and you still don't take care of them. You still don't pay them enough to live. You don't up the minimum wages. We don't work on the economy. Like, these are all things, right? But we just, no. Like, we gotta put stuff like that. And it's just like, golly, it's ridiculous. It really is. It's just so... I tell you, something I have noticed very much so is very many people are waking up to the cult-like religion that's transpiring around us and has been for years. A lot of people are waking up to it. It's very cult-like. It is. Come and play with us. You can't ask those questions. It's just, it's so unique right now. It's very unique times. And I'm just in disbelief of a lot of things in reference to how far people's egos and their pride and their lack of accountability and their lack of heart will take them. But when you have certain individuals running our country and in very prestigious positions, not even just in our country, and surrounding countries that we have a lot of dominance in and pull and things of that nature, just taking innocent lives for no reason, it really just puts things in perspective of the world that we are living in the world that we have been living in for a long time. Like I said to myself on the way home, I said, you know, I've been through so much in my 41 years and just putting it all together and really looking at it and what God has designed this whole thing for. In reference to, I have went through so much out from under the kitchen sink, outside of them just shooting me. Literally. Like Charlie. And still I'm here. Of a sane mind, body, and soul. By the grace of God. With a heart, man. With a very, very heart. I'm not here to prove anything. I'm not here to chase anything. I want nothing to do with the whole schemes of money. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I also want nothing to do with buying into the system of what way I need to go with my path that people think I need to go in. Like, my path is what it's gonna be. Period. And I'm just along for the ride at this point. At this point. And I think we all are too. And just enjoying the moment, being grateful for the moment, breathing, loving, and not living a lie. Not living a lie. You know, these small talk conversations that I have with people, I'm like, and the consumerism and the materialism, it's like people just buy to buy and they don't even know why they're buying. It's crazy to me. I've never been somebody like that. And I try to adopt the thinking and be patient, but it's like, golly, it's so hard.